It is an NFC East showdown here in Arlington this weekend. The Dallas Cowboys home opener as they welcome the New York Giants and their new QB, Russell Wilson. Joining me with a preview, as he will all season long, is our good friend, Locked On Cowboys podcast host, Landon McCool. Hi, Landon. How are you?
Hi, I'm excited to get this season opener started home at the Cowboys Stadium.
Oh, absolutely. So first up, quick thoughts on what you saw in Brian Schottenheimer's debut as Cowboys coach last week.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like it was kind of a fulfillment of the promise that we've been hearing him talk about. Lots of condensed formations, motion, just a little bit more of a modernization of the offense that we've seen from around here with the McCarthy era. And I think, having been on the inside and having seen how Mike kind of installed thing, I think, Schottenheimer knew exactly the kind of knobs and levers he wanted to turn to kind of change things a little bit. And so it doesn't feel like it's a drastic shift schematically from what we've seen from McCarthy. It's more just adding in the bells and whistles that a lot of folks have been calling for to kind of just modernize this offense a little bit.
Right. Now this week, we've got to start with the injury list, and it's topped by a big name, Darren Bland. So talk to me about that. What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, it came out earlier this week that it was either a foot or an ankle with Bland. The good news is that it's not the same foot that he had a stress fracture on last year. So whatever the issue is, whether it's a rolled ankle or a different type of stress fracture, it's not the same foot, which I think is a good thing. He was in a boot. It sounds like he's kind of in and out of the boot. He's definitely out for this week. I'm assuming that we're going to learn a little bit more next week after he's been off of it a little bit and exactly how long we should anticipate him being out.
Yeah, hopefully progress being made there. Now, lots of talk about Micah no longer being here and what it means for the Dallas defense. What did you see last week, and what do you expect to see this week?
Yeah, I mean, I think, on the defensive end front, you saw a lot of young guys kind of still trying to figure it out. The Cowboys have a collection of talent. They've obviously spent a lot of draft picks at the position, and they have a wide variety of guys who are all kind of figuring it out for one reason or another. Sam Williams obviously missed a whole year last year with an ACL injury, but he was about to come into his own last year, so he's trying to make a push for a new contract. Marshawn Nealon in his second year really had a good game, had a sack. And then obviously Ezra, the rookie himself, has a couple of nice rushes, but also kind of got bullied around. So I'm just looking for consistent improvement from this group because it's so young and you've got so much invested in there. Obviously, none of them are going to be Micah Parsons right away or maybe even in the long run, but maybe you can get what you need out of the grouping of these three young guys as they improve throughout the season.
Absolutely. Okay, so the New York Giants, they have a proven winner at quarterback now, getting Russell Wilson. But the team only scored 2 field goals last week. What is going on there?
Well, I think Russell Wilson is just getting a little bit older, and he's not quite the same player that we saw, back in Seattle or really even in Denver, which wasn't exactly a great version of Russell Wilson either. I think, right now the Giants coaching staff is in a tough spot, right? They're on the hot seat without a doubt. They've got a rookie that they like a lot, and I wouldn't even be surprised if we saw him come in for a couple of plays on Sunday against the Cowboys. But I think right now they just need the steady presence of Russell Wilson. He's a veteran quarterback. He's seen it all. Sure, he has his flaws, and I think that those are all very well known throughout the NFL. But he's also a steady presence. He can get you in and out of the play. He's not going to screw up the pre-snap stuff that you need to get the team into the right place. So I think for the Giants, it's a situation where maybe Wilson isn't the best quarterback that they feel like, for the future, but for right now, just kind of being a steady presence, Wilson's the guy that they want to go with.
Okay, I have one last question for you. I need you to get out your crystal ball. Will the Cowboys win?
I think they will. I mean, I think this is a game that both teams are feeling like they need to win because both teams are 0-1 and both teams lost divisional games in week 1. And it can get dark quickly if you start losing a bunch of divisional games. And if you go 0-2 and start the season, that's tough. So yeah. I'm picking the Cowboys because I think they're the more talented team. They have the better quarterback. They're playing at home. There's just a lot of things going for them. I would say something like 28-20 Cowboys.
Okay. All right. We'll take that. Thank you so much for joining us this midday. And you can catch Landon with new episodes of Locked On Cowboys every day. Check out Landon with a new episode of Locked On Cowboys today at 1 p.m. on our streaming app WFA Plus or any day wherever you get your podcasts. And join us right here on Midday Monday after the Cowboys-Giants game. Our call-in show is back, and we want to hear your thoughts. The season debut Monday at 11:30 right here on WFAA.